if you've seen it, but they're starting to put up metro points on 202. So folks who have property in the Dodge Park, Landover Hills area, you're either going to be moved out or your rent is going to go up to the point where you probably can't afford it. And they're throwing those houses up. So I'm saying all of that to say that gentrification is coming your way, and you better watch out for it. That's just one part of it. If you're in a neighborhood where they're putting up, getting rid of the liquor stores and putting up wine shops, if you're in a neighborhood where, you can go out, use your debit or credit card and put in for a bike or a car, gentrification is coming your way. So you better be prepared for it. And the number one thing that I always advise people to do, especially if they have a house that they are buying, they need to find out everything about that house as it relates to the owner, particularly if it's an elderly person who owns that house, a person that's in your family, because taxes in Maryland and D.C. can be deferred. And if that person has paid for that house, say at age 65, and people are living longer and longer these days, 20 years of deferred taxes can be a hardship on your children, or, if your children are gone, they can be a hardship on any member of your family. If you're not prepared to take that up, then you're going to lose it. The developer is going to come in, swoop in, pay those back taxes, and nobody in your family benefits. So the first thing that I would recommend highly and strongly that you do, that you start getting your credit in order. So you will be in a position when that time comes that you can go to the bank with that 720 or better, get a loan, do whatever fixing up of the house that you need to do, or pay the taxes that you need to pay. So you can keep that piece of real estate in the family, because I'm telling you folks, if you got dirt, you've got money. And that's something that too many of our folks in our community just can't put their arms around, if you will. All right, the next thing you do after getting that credit repaired is that you need to get an estate plan together. Now, today, in this day and time, a will is not enough. I often tell the story of my sister, who had a paid-for house in 2004 at 502 Foxhall Place in Southeast Washington, D.C. But what happened was the people who she had initially named on her will a few years earlier, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And she saw that coming. She was trying to get her will changed, but unfortunately, she died before we could execute it. So after 10 years, yes, folks, I said 10 years of being in probate court, that property sold for $7,000 to a developer. That property is worth probably $500,000 after it's been renovated. You do not want to put yourself or your family in any kind of position like that.
And not to cut you off, who owns the house? Who has the property now? Some new?
Yeah, some new. The family lost it because not only did they not do what they were supposed to do, the folks that she initially had on there, because again, she had pending changes on there, but that is not acceptable in a court of law. It has to be typed up, witnessed, the whole 9 yards. Also, I want to advise the listeners that a will can be contested, but if you have a financial power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, or what Legal Shield now calls a living will, and a trust, that is complete estate planning. A trust cannot be contested. It is ironclad. So you definitely want to consider, you want to do it and stop making excuses why it costs too much money. I'm telling you, when I went to, and this is another sister, when I went to get a trust and a guardianship for my eldest sister, and this is when I was in charge of her affairs, my discounted price with my membership was upwards of $5,000.
Wow.
You don't want to put yourself in that position if you can fit it in your budget right now to take care of that stuff right now. You stop procrastinating, because I'm telling you folks, procrastination is the assassination of your destination every day of the week and twice on Sunday. We need to start getting off of our laurels and taking care of our business and getting our financial house in order right now. There are a lot of people who I know who are retired from government whose 501k plans have been lost because people didn't know where their stuff was. Insurance policies. I know everybody who is at least around my age or within a 10-year window of my age has some kind of insurance policy in place. But if your family doesn't know where it is, you might as well not have it, because the insurance companies, even though when you die, all of that information goes out to them. But if you don't call them, or if you don't have a beneficiary listed there, the insurance company is not going to call you. It is incumbent upon you. It is your responsibility to call that insurance company to make that claim so you can bury your loved ones.
Angela, give us the 411.
Okay, the 411. Okay, my 411, and this applies just all the way across the board. It's a message to young adults and old adults too. You need to be responsible for your life. So if you're close to a mirror, put it in front of your face and just repeat after me. I am responsible for my life. I know that life is choice driven, and I'm where I am today as a result of the choices I've made. And when I get ready to choose differently, I know that I have the freedom to do so. I have the ability to change my circumstances and change the course of my life, but that is a choice that only I can make. I'm responsible for my choices. I am keenly aware that I can choose my truths, but I cannot choose my consequences. If I've made bad choices, listen up, folks, if I've made bad choices, especially if those unwise choices impact other lives, I have to live with the consequences. I am responsible for working through those consequences and making a better choice the next time. It may take me a while to get it right, but I gotta keep trying. I choose to stop playing the blame game. It's not my fault. It sure is, because you gotta be responsible for your stuff. I may not have had it easy as other folks have, and I may not have had it as easy as I would like to have had it. But I will not continue to point fingers and find fault in others for the choices that I have made. Now today, I can choose to make an about face and turn my life around, but that is entirely up to me. I can take action, but I know full well that it is 100% my choice. So folks, choose to get your financial house in order. Choose to make your life better. Forego that whatever the most recent Xbox game is, or whatever the latest trend might be. Forego that iPhone, because we have to start building up some kind of economic power in our community. And it starts with you, and the best time to start is right now. So with that, I'm going to leave my number. That is 301-641-9545. Get smart. And with that, I'm going to turn the microphone back over to you, folks.
Heard it first right here on Focus Radio with this spectacular business segment we do here each and every Saturday. It kicks off at 6:20 and it goes all the way to 6:35. So you got almost 20 minutes of these free diamonds, man, that we drop on you. And everybody that's listening, man, we do have a call-in number, 301-477-2616. And we are now live stream on YouTube. Just put in Hustle Firm Radio.
Yes.
Hey, man, we're going to go to break, but when we come back, we got the legendary, and when I say legendary, I do mean legendary.
Yes.
Junkyard Band in the house.
Yes,
So y'all already know what it is, man. Stay tuned. Like I say, man, once again, 301-477-2616 for all them old school questions and all them new questions about the JYB Band. Hey, man, we're going to have some fun when we get back. Big Sip, where you at, baby?
Yes.
phone.
We are now live streaming.
Oh, okay.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I need to get where you are.
Yeah. We are now. It's live. It's they can see everything. Yeah. It's just something new all the time. Okay. Had a rough day. Thank you. Hey.
You had a character building day too.
I had a character building day. I'm telling you. Oh, I'm telling you.
But just think, when you put your head on the pillow tonight and then wake up tomorrow morning, you will be a better person.
Yeah.
Your phone working all right?
Yeah.
How you like that mix?
Like that.
Do you want tips on how to start a small business next week?
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure.
They might be
A21.
interested too.
The A21 is going to be all about. I want you to we'll record, we'll talk. But those steps that you broke down, we got those 500 views. We get more people look at that every day. And that's something for the regular person that understands and wants to get started.
First thing is look like somebody people want to talk to.
And I want to get into all that business plan. I like everything, presentation, everything.